What's up, gang? Happy Monday. I'm excited to jump on and talk to you a little bit more about my favorite kind of fitness tracker, and that is the Oura Ring. My name is Amanda Nybert. I'm a registered dietitian, and I am all about empowering you with the information that you need to be successful on your health and wellness journey. And I get a lot of questions from clients and followers about fitness trackers. I don't think that that's really the best term for them now because they do so much more than just track your workouts. And I'll have to say that I've tried many throughout the years. I haven't tried a lot of the newest and latest, greatest models of them since I have invested in this product. I've used Fitbits in the past, really simple kind of step trackers they were at the time. I know they've evolved. I purchased an Apple Watch about a year ago and I sold it within 5 days. It absolutely drove me bonkers. It was just too overwhelming for me. And I know I have a lot of clients that love the new Garmin's. They seem super comprehensive. So I know that there's a lot of potentially comparable products out there, but this is the one I've been using and the one I'm going to talk about today. And one of the things that I love most about the Oura Ring is this. It's just a simple ring that you wear. I have to charge it about once a week. That was a huge complaint that I had about like the Apple Watch. It was just one more thing that I had to charge every night. And that kind of drove me crazy. Like, I need a watch that works at all times. So this is really nice because you only have to charge it about once a week. It's also really nice because it does have airplane mode. So a lot of people are really concerned about EMF exposure, Bluetooth, wireless, all of those things. And you know, definitely the research coming out is showing that they're not that great for us. So anytime you can reduce your exposure to those types of, I guess, wavelengths, I don't know. I need more education on that, is a good thing. So the nice thing about this, that some of your other like Apple Watches and things like that, you don't have the capacity to turn that wireless component off, and this you do. And it will store all your data. You can sync it once a week or once a day and turn it back on to I guess, kind of like airplane mode, and you're not getting that constant kind of Bluetooth exposure. So that's a super popular feature of the Oura Ring as well. So like most kind of, I don't know, fitness trackers is what I'm going to call it. It does track some very basic data. Number one, it tracks steps. Let me tell you guys, getting a simple pedometer and tracking your daily activity should be your number one fitness goal for everybody. Daily activity far surpasses that 1 hour crushing workout that you do a day. So many of my clients that I work with, they bust their butts and they do these crazy workouts once a day, which is great. And then they go and sit in an office all day. So when they look at their step count, they're getting like 5,000 steps a day, which is not good. You know, really getting in that daily activity, that continuous daily activity is far more important than that one big workout a day. So that's what I love. It's the first thing that I encourage my clients to do with regards to fitness. Aim for 10,000 steps a day. More is better. And when you have the ability to track, trust me, you're more eager to get those steps in. The one thing I do love that I hear feedback from my clients with regards to the Apple Watch is like the closing of the rings. You know, you're super competitive. Like, I want to close my rings every day. And that's a good goal. That's a really good goal. So it's going to track my steps, which is really good. The other thing I love about it is that it tracks my sleep. And it does it through heart rate, tracking, heart rate variability, which I'm going to talk a lot about. But I can get a really good idea of how my sleep is each night. So I'll kind of show you a couple of the interfaces. So this is my activity level for one day. I know it's kind of backwards. Let me make sure this is so you can see it. But on this day, I got 13,000 steps. I'm trying to show like not the glare, but I got 13,000 steps, which you can kind of see there. I burned a total of 2,200 calories. I mean, probably more accurate than most kind of calorie predictors because it is based on my heart rate. So my activity, I got a score of 83. So it kind of gives you this score like you did awesome. And then it shows you your recovery time. It gives you more graphs at the bottom. So tons of feedback with regards to, you can see like when my heart rate spiked and what my activity level was like. Was it, you know, high activity, low activity, all of those things. So tons of feedback with regards to your activity levels. So then it also tracks my sleep. So on this day, I got a sleep score of 78. Not horrible, but not great. If you guys have followed me for a while, you know sleep is a big issue in my life. For some reason, I was not blessed with the sleep genes. I think it's just my type A personality. I lay down and I'm like, my brain just keeps going. I have a hard time turning it off and going to bed. Whereas my husband lays down on the pillow and 30 seconds later, he's snoring. So I always hate him for that. It's not fair. But I did get a sleep efficiency score of 93, so not too bad. It will tell you your total sleep, your efficiency, your restfulness, you know, were you tossing and turning and moving about? How many hours did you get in REM, which is important? How many hours did you get in deep sleep, which is even more important, especially for recovery, fat loss, all of those things. So you get that full report down at the bottom in terms of, I know it's kind of hard to see, but because it's like, if I do the reflection, but I'll try to share some of the screenshots with you in the comments below. But it shows you when you woke up, when you're REM, when you're deep sleep. Deep sleep is what we need. It's what we need for weight loss, for recovery, for all of those things. So, you know, if you find you're just sitting in that light sleep mode all night, it's not good. You're not getting that REM. You're not getting that deep sleep. So this is really good. So on this particular night, I got really good deep sleep, almost 2 hours. But not quite enough REM sleep. Only got about an hour of REM sleep. So it kind of maps it out. So that's why my restfulness was good and not great. That's why my sleep score was 78 and not, you know, 85, 90. I could have done better. Whereas if I come over here and, you know, on this day I got 86, but my restfulness was not very good, meaning I woke up a lot. I was tossing and turning. But my deep sleep and my REM was better. So it's just interesting to kind of look at your night's sleep. And trust me, you can create correlations, that's for sure. Any night that I go out and I'm drinking, my sleep is horrible, my recovery is horrible. It's super interesting to kind of look at that. So very detailed feedback with regards to your sleep cycle and how restful your sleep is. Super interesting. So my husband has an Oura ring, and like I said, he falls asleep at the drop of the hat, and he like sleeps like a bear. I mean, I expected his sleep score to be amazing, and his sleep score is horrible every night. It's not good. I have a feeling it might have to do with his snoring, which means he might have a little sleep apnea, which means that could be impacting his sleep. But here he thought that his sleep was amazing. I thought my sleep would be horrible because of all the issues I have, and my sleep actually is better than his. So it's really interesting to see that really hard data to really help you, you know, kind of figure out what parts of your life outside of diet are impacting your overall health, you know? Super interesting. Lordy, that is a very loud ring. Sorry about that. My daughter just ran out to go to dance. Okay, so the last thing that it tracks is your readiness. So this is really nice to kind of wake up. Basically what it does is every morning you wake up and it kind of puts together your readiness score for today based on your activity, your recovery, your sleep, and everything the day before. So when you get a readiness score of like 60, 66, that ain't good. I bet this was a Saturday. I bet this is a Friday night. I went out and I was partying. I don't know. But when I wake up and my readiness score is 66, I need to be conscious that my body has been under more stress yesterday. It's probably not the best day for me to go and get my ass whooped at the gym. I need to be more conscious about how I'm hydrating, what my activity looks like, how I'm gonna sleep that night to get back into that better recovery mode. Versus when I have a readiness score of say 99, it's like gangbusters. Let's crush that workout, let's get that activity in, let's do whatever it takes. So it's really interesting. And again, a lot of athletes and high level, people that are looking to really up level their life use the Oura Ring for those particular reasons. Like, is this a good day to, go all out and get that workout in and do that training? Or is today a day I need to be doing yoga and meditation and relaxation and stretching? It tells you based on the cues of your, your heart rate and stuff. Now, one of the really interesting things that the Oura Ring tracks that I don't think other devices track, or maybe just don't track it as efficiently, is heart rate variability. Heart rate variability. And heart rate variability is really a good indicator of the status of your health, even your cardiovascular health, your heart health. And it basically it's kind of measures your body's resilience, your body's ability to bounce back, okay? If you have high heart rate variability, if your number is high, that means that you actually have some long beats, some short beats, some longer spaces in between. It has to do with the space between your heartbeats, okay? That's what it's tracking, the space between your heartbeats. If all the spaces are the same, then you have a low heart rate variability, and that's not great. If the spaces are varied, long, short, short, long, long, short, that means you have high heart rate variability, and heart rate variability is important. Now, here's the key. Before I get into the benefits of heart rate variability, I think it's important to note you can't compare your heart rate variability number to somebody else's because everybody's different. So what you want to look for is your trends. And that's another really great thing that the Oura Ring does, is it will actually look at your trends. So this is kind of like the home screen. And so I can see, oh, I got good sleep. It says my readiness is 33. I got 8 hours of sleep. I walked the equivalent of 3 miles yesterday. My caloric goal is 400, but I only got 212. So it sets my bedtime. It gives me my kind of resting heart rate. So that's kind of the thing. But you can go up here and you can select trends. So I can look at my sleep, my readiness, and my activity. And I'm gonna look, so I can look at my trends for heart rate variability. So that's what I wanna focus on. I want my trends to be, at least trending upward, not downward. I want my heart rate to keep moving, my heart rate variability to keep moving up versus going down or kind of dipping in and out. So it's important, you can't take my heart rate variability score and compare it to you because it's gonna be different. But you want to look at your trends is what you want to look at. A lot of times women have higher heart rate variabilities than men do, just across the board. So it has to do with age and gender and hormones and kind of all the things. So that's something that we can look at. Now, your heart rate variability is definitely indicated, like I said, is correlated to your overall health. Low heart rate variability is correlated with mortality, illness, sex problems, sickness, things like that. Whereas high heart rate variability is correlated more with like fitness, athlete, health, wellness, all of those things. So it's another great way to kind of track how much healthier you're getting, something more than just the scale. Is another great way to say, hey, the scale's not moving, but look, my body's getting healthier. My recovery is healthier. I mean, that's another thing that kind of heart rate variability is it's, again, your body's ability to recover from stress, from illness, from activity, all of those things. So a couple of things to look at. Now, here's the good news. And then I want to show a couple of scenarios that will impact heart rate variability that I think are super cool. But here's the good news. You can improve your heart rate variability, and basically you do it through exercise. And one of the best ways to improve your heart rate variability is through interval training. What do I say? That steady state cardio ain't gonna help your heart. That jogging, 10 miles a day is not gonna improve your heart health. But sprinting and then walking and then sprinting all out and then walking and sprinting all out and then walking will. Doing HIIT workouts that make you go all out, huffing, puffing, I'm gonna die, and then recover and then go all out are so much more effective and impactful than steady state anything. So keep that in mind. So that's the good news, is that you can improve heart rate variability. So a couple of things that I just want to point out, and then, ask me any questions below. I'm new to the Oura Ring. Their website is super helpful. This is not a sponsored post. They may contact me and be like, your information sucks, take it down. I don't know. I just love the product. So I wish I had a discount code. I mean, maybe I should contact them and see if I can get that. But when we're looking at heart rate variability, here are some things that will impact it. Intense exercise will cause your kind of heart rate variability to drop very quickly, but it's the recovery that you kind of look at. Is your body able to bounce back quicker? The longer it takes for that recovery, not a good sign. Stress and sleep. Again, this is why I wear an Oura Ring. Steps, and to really find a way to more specifically track my stress and sleep. Like if I have a really stressful day, how does that truly impact my body, and how can I see those numbers change? This will help me see that. Sleep, again, that's a big issue for me. So if you become stressed or don't sleep well for a while, you can see your heart rate values, variability gradually decrease, indicating that your body might not be at its best. You might need to take some time to recover. That's hard to do. One interesting finding that your heart rate variability can jump down is if you're about to get sick. So I think that's super interesting, is that if you're kind of plugging through your days, and you start to see your heart rate variability drop, but you can't correlate it to sleep and stress, it could be that your body's trying to fight infection, okay? That your body's trying to get sick. I thought that was super interesting. Even before you develop any symptoms. So this is coming straight off the Oura Ring website. If this is the case, you can take it easy for a day or two. Your body might fight off the disease. If you get sick, your heart rate variability can stay quite low even after the symptoms are gone. This indicates that your body is still recovering and isn't ready for maximum performance. So, I get a lot of questions from people that, clients that will ask me, Amanda, do you exercise when you're sick, or do you take a break? And I typically take a break. I really am trying to take care of my body, and that recovery, I feel like I recognize is super important for just my health and everybody else's health. Smoking and alcohol consumption can reduce heart rate variability. You'll see it. You'll see it on that Friday night when you go out and you be boozing it up. How amazing, because I think we think, oh, well, I go out and have a bunch of cocktails and I come home and I pass out. You know, I should definitely be in that deep sleep, but it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Alcohol significantly impacts your sleep rhythms, your ability to get into REM and deep. It's very interesting. And that's why sometimes, you know, people who rely on that 1 or 2 glass of wine or 1 or 2 alcoholic beverages a night to get to sleep, it may be backfiring on you big time. So I thought that was, I mean, well, I knew that from my own studies. If you're an endurance athlete or otherwise exercise oriented, these research findings might interest you. Among recreational endurance athletes, it seems that the level of heart rate variability predicts training response for several weeks of training. So if you have a high heart rate variability, your body can be expected to respond positively to high intensity training. If you have a low heart rate variability, your body can be expected to respond positively to high volume and low intensity training. So for endurance, like I work with a lot of clients who like to run a marathon once a year. I don't get it. I just don't get it. But I work with them. You know, they love to do half marathons. They love that, and I am all for doing anything you love. So this type of feedback may help you with your training cycle. Like, would you be better off as you enter that training period to do more interval training, or would you be better off doing more of that low, steady state cardio? Very interesting. I don't know. I'm not an endurance athlete. That is for sure. I'm gonna get Hannah, my girl, to try it out. So overall, heart rate variability drops with dehydration, but jumps back up to its baseline level with good hydration. So just so interesting to kind of have this data to kind of look at. Now this is an investment. I mean, I'm pretty sure that these run right around like $300-400. I have essentially, I guess the basic model, I don't know. It actually has like these little, I don't know if you can see it, these little kind of bumps that track your heart rate and everything, and then it helps, and then that's how it charges and everything. But if you're looking to kind of up level your health, I always say if you are someone who is, you know, eating all the right things, getting in the gym, and you're still not seeing results, I always say it could be stress, it could be sleep, it could be recovery. And this device may help you to see that more concrete. I always say, you know, food is easy to justify being good versus bad, because when you eat well, your body responds, and you know, you typically see results and all the things. Cortisol is a lot harder to dive into doing better. You know, if your stress levels are super high and you're not sleeping well, it's a lot harder to commit to making those better, because you don't see that immediate return always, you know. You don't always, you know, feel like that meditation you're doing is helping. You don't always feel like the fact that you got in bed earlier and you put on your blue blockers and you know, did your whatever it took to get you to sleep really had an impact. But when you see this kind of data, it can be very powerful. So just another tool to put in your toolbox is what it's all about. It's all about collecting the tools that you need to optimize your health. That's what it's all about. So I hope this was helpful. If you found this information helpful about the Oura Ring, ask your questions in the comments below. Oh, it's a lengthy one. This is like a podcast. Length, I apologize, but it is full of great information. I would also love to hear in the comments below your feedback on the devices you're using. Does your Apple Watch do this? Does your Garmin do this? Do you feel like you get the same feedback and data about recovery and readiness in these other products that I might not be familiar with? So if so, put those in the comments below. Here is to health and wellness in this new decade. I hope we get to do it together. Thanks for tuning in and watching, gang.